I never thought I would experience betrayal in such a public and devastating way. But life has a cruel sense of timing. This is my story. How I discovered my wife's affair with her boss, exposed it publicly, and served her divorce papers, reclaiming control over my life. My name is Daniyal. I had been married to my wife Rida for 8 years. On the surface, everything seemed perfect. A comfortable home, shared friends, stable careers, and what looked like a loving relationship. I trusted her completely, never imagining the depth of her deception. It started subtly. Rida began staying late at work frequently, taking personal calls in private and behaving nervously when I asked questions. At first, I dismissed it, telling myself she was just stressed or busy. But my gut told me otherwise. One evening, I discovered the truth. While she left her phone unattended, I saw messages between Rida and her boss, Fahad. The messages were intimate, explicit, and detailed plans for secret meetings. The woman I had trusted completely was cheating with her superior, a betrayal that cut far deeper than I could have imagined. I felt a storm of emotions, heartbreak, anger, and disbelief. I knew confronting her privately would allow her to spin the story and manipulate the truth. I wanted undeniable accountability, and I wanted justice. I decided to expose them publicly. I gathered all evidence, screenshots of messages, emails, photographs, and even recordings of conversations where they planned encounters. Every lie, every deception, and every secret moment was documented. I wanted there to be no way for them to deny it. When the opportunity came, I acted. I invited mutual friends, family, and colleagues to a gathering under a neutral pretext. Then I presented the evidence in a clear, calm, and methodical way. The reactions were instantaneous: shock, disbelief, and murmurs spread like wildfire. Rida's confident facade crumbled, and Fahad's professional reputation suffered immediately. The humiliation was total. Witnessing the betrayal exposed publicly was painful, yet empowering. I didn't yell or confront with anger. I let the evidence speak for itself. The truth left no room for lies, manipulation, or excuses. After the public exposure, I filed for divorce. Because of the evidence I had meticulously collected, the process was straightforward. The court ruled entirely in my favor. Rida lost claims to shared assets, our home, and any attempt to gain financial leverage. I ensured that she faced the legal and social consequences of her betrayal. Once the divorce was finalized, I vanished from their lives completely. I moved to another city, changed my routines, and cut all contact. I didn't respond to her apologies, pleas, or attempts to manipulate mutual friends. My silence was the final silent strike. Betrayal has consequences, and I would not allow her back into my life. Months later, I learned that Rida's life had unraveled further. Colleagues and friends distanced themselves. Family relationships were strained, and Fahad abandoned her when the scandal spread. The secret excitement they had sought was gone, leaving her with isolation and regret. For me, the emotional toll was significant. Nights were filled with memories of happier times, of love and trust shattered. But over time, I found peace. Rebuilding my life, protecting my dignity, and prioritizing my own future became my focus. The hardest lesson I learned is simple but brutal. Betrayal changes everything. Trust once broken cannot be restored with apologies or empty promises. And sometimes the only way to reclaim your life is through calculated, decisive action. Exposing Rida and her boss publicly was not about revenge. It was about accountability, justice, and protecting myself. Serving her divorce papers afterward was the final statement. The marriage was over, and the betrayal could not be overlooked. Rida's affair destroyed her relationships, reputation, and the life she had manipulated behind closed doors. I exposed her, served the papers, and walked away. And in the silence that followed, I found the peace and closure that betrayal had almost stolen from me. Husband exposed cheating wife and boss affair in public, then served divorce papers. And in the aftermath, justice and dignity prevailed.